Hi, my name is Randy Rolfe, and I'm giving this live presentation as a product showcase for Nikken. And it's not a Nikken corporate production, but by Independent Nikken Consultants. And we have over a dozen of these live presentations each week to introduce people to a process of learning about Nikken. We start usually with product showcase. Then we have a couple of live presentations on building the business if you're interested in sharing the products and increasing your income that way. And then we have special shows about going deeper into the technologies and also about becoming a leader in the business. But this is just about the products, and I'm going to share some slides, and then we will introduce our wonderful guest. So let me start my slideshow. And Nikken is about discovering active wellness. Nikken is a well-established international corporation, and as a former corporate lawyer, I was not an aficionado of international corporations, but when I looked into Nikken, it was really in a class by itself, and I'm very proud to be associated with it. Nikken's about living a life in balance, and when I left law, I became a family counselor because I thought I wanted to prevent problems. Law was kind of the last resort when there was conflict. So I wanted to get to educating people from the start to be healthy and happy. And one of the most important things is to make the small decisions every day that build happiness and success. And I became a family counselor, and this is something I focused on all the time. The dozens of little choices we make every day is what builds consistent health, relationships, happiness, success, and even professional success for our incomes. And Nikken's philosophy is about humans being more. And if you're watching the video portion, you can see humans being more is where we want to be. It's the motto of the company ever since 40 years ago when they started. And if we don't make the right choices each day, we become humans under stress. We don't achieve our potential, and everything suffers. So the compounding effect of multiple good daily choices is what really builds a happy, healthy life. The health situation is worse now than it was 19 years ago when I discovered Nikken. I'd been teaching nutrition for 20 years already and seen the way stress affects everybody. We were actually had lived for 4 years in the mountains of upstate New York, bought an old farmhouse there. And what we found was we had much more energy because we weren't blocked from the natural energy of the earth by concrete basement or concrete slabs, and we were much more out in nature. So we had a whole lot more energy, and so that we appreciated the earth's energy. We also helped a combination of farmers and Indians in upstate New York fight an ultra high voltage electric transmission line that New York Power Company was trying to put through their land. So we heard a lot about what electromagnetic pollution was doing to people's health and mental health, physical health. We saw pictures of 14-inch wide dandelions and two-headed calves because they were under one of these ultra-high voltage transmission lines in Canada. So we did have a good effect. They did put the line through, but a lot of other good things came from that litigation. But in any case, I knew back in the 70s how electromagnetic pollution was affecting our lives, our health, and our bodies, and our moods. And what I didn't know, what I found out in the 90s, was that the founder of Nikken, Isamu Masuda, over in Japan, was figuring out in the 70s how to protect us from this electromagnetic pollution that is now in our homes. We've electrified our homes. We've digitized and electrified our cars. We have microwaves now that we didn't have in the 90s that are coming out of all the cell phone towers, and we're carrying our little microwave projectors on our hips and in our purses now too. And I'm in front of a computer that's putting out all kinds of unnatural energies. So it's a huge problem today. And the stress is not going away, but there are ways that we can manage it now through Nikken technologies. Stress contributes to all the major killers: heart disease, diabetes, stroke, cancer, and it also contributes to all the things that are decreasing our quality of life: fatigue, allergies, sleep, weight problems, depression, anxiety, and so on. And one of the biggest problems is sleep. People aren't sleeping because of their stress, because of poor nutrition, because of anxiety, and because of pressures on their time, taking 2 or 3 jobs and working odd hours. 70% of Americans report sleep issues, and we know from science that 1 poor night's sleep drops your immune system by 30 to 60%. So it's no surprise that we get colds and flus when we're under the weather, when we haven't had our sleep and we're feeling stressed. Our immune system is suppressed. Of course, air and water is in the news every day. Air pollution and water pollution are increasing from closing up our houses in the 70s so that we could save money on heating and cooling, but we concentrate all the chemicals in our air from the chemicals we use to clean, and some people air fresheners. It's all chemicals. And also most of our modern appliances and curtains and carpeting and bedding exude chemicals, and that all concentrates, plus positive ions, which aren't good for us, concentrate in our homes. So indoor homes air has become worse than outdoor air in most areas. Then we hear about water. Flint, Michigan raised everybody's awareness of the pollution in our water, even lead in our water. But over 24,000 chemicals have been found in bottled water, and even tap water can have several hundred contaminants. And some of them are endocrine disruptors, which affect our whole bodies. Our endocrine system affects our entire body. So this is the health context right now. And our children suffer the most. The health trends in children are leading people to project this will be the first generation in centuries that is going to probably die at an earlier age than their parents, which is completely unacceptable. 1 out of every 5 adolescents was obese at the last count. And we know that cardiovascular disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes are starting at earlier and earlier ages. When I was a kid, we didn't hear about those things till people were over 60. Now we hear people in their 20s and 30s that are getting these problems, even children. Less than half of adolescents have their needed amount of vegetables. Of course, low-income families have it worse on every dimension. And only 27% of high schoolers get the recommended amount of activity. So what can we do to save our children, if not ourselves? Well, the answer is humans being healthy by choice, not by chance. If we leave it to chance, the likelihoods are not good because of the electromagnetic pollution because of air pollution, water pollution, poor choices in nutrition and sleep and work and exercise and so on. So we choose active wellness, active process through which people become aware of and make choices based on their new information, create a more successful existence. And this is what Nikken's all about. It's the only company with an absolutely comprehensive approach to natural total wellness. And our total wellness picture is this balance between healthy body, healthy mind, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. We need all of those things. If any one of them is weak, the others start to fail. So we want to build them all up. And Nikken uses that philosophy in everything they do. And of course, for the body, the product technologies are at the base of all of Nikken's enterprise. And they started with magnetic products. That's still their signature technology. It started with insoles and then built a sleep system. Then they added a water system, because water as it comes out of the ground is fully magnetized and energized and cleansed. And then they developed a line of food. I might have them out of order. A nutritional line that's also based on this idea of balanced energy in the body, nourishing it, giving it everything it needs. And then the newest technologies are in light and air. In the last few years, developed really wonderful air systems for indoors, and light, which I have here on my desk. This is a quick overview of the product lines. Starting on the right side is the rest and relaxation. Those are the magnetic products, but Nikken has incorporated other technologies with the magnetics, the far infrared frequency from the sun, which is the warming and rebalancing energy of the sun. That's now in our insoles, which, like I said, was the very first product and still the most popular. It's a great place to start exploring the Nikken products. And then there was a sleep system, which has gone through a couple of evolutions in the last it's been 35 years they've had a sleep system. It's based on naturally, organically grown latex with no chemicals added, very soft and supportive. Then they have the magnetics, and then the comforter has the far infrared and ionic technologies added as well, and ergonomic pillows that also have the magnetic technologies. And it's a Dynaflux technology, which is a patented, extremely effective technology that restores us to the natural energy field. It's a non-medical, non-therapeutic. It just gives the body what it needs. And the little square, if you're looking at the picture, is one of the most popular daytime products to put on the lower back. And half the country says they have back problems from time to time. And that is a wonderful, wonderful product that again incorporates all three technologies. And you can also put it on your chest for breathing, or your tummy for tummy or intestinal challenges. Amazing products. But then we also do other things for the environment, for a total wellness environment in your home. The water, we respond best to our food and our energy if we're fully hydrated. And this is alkalized, mineralized, magnetized water that's properly structured so the cells just lap it up. And it filters the water as well as any filter out there, but then it does all these other things. And it's standalone, uses no energy, and it's delicious, absolutely delicious. The air system is there, and that filters and puts out the good ions, the negative ions you want, that make breathing easier, especially when you're sleeping. And then there's the light that's full spectrum with an added blue that helps with the night day rhythms that we all need to keep everything coordinated and balanced. And then we also have an amazing shower system. The nutrition products I adore. As a nutritionist, it was so exciting to find that Nikken was at the cutting edge of nutrition as well. And we work with top scientists around the world to develop unique products that work with the body. We don't megadose anything. We don't have a whole lot of additives, and everything's as organic-based as possible and food-based as possible. The osteodens you may see on the screen there is just one of our signature products that works to help rebuild bone the natural way. It uses the same unique molecule that is in mother's milk to help a baby build healthy bones. We have the same kind of thing for digestion and so on. The bottles you see there are the finest juice on the market today. Only the exotic juices combined for ultimate high antioxidant effect. And then you'll see the skincare, which is also organic based, wonderful. People love that. There are many, many more nutritional products, but that's all I'm going to mention today. Just explore it with the person who sent you to this video. I want to get on to interviewing our esteemed guest here. This is Sandra Thornton, and I'm going to turn off my slide so you can see her. And there she is. Hi, Sandra.
Good morning. Good
Morning. And she's in Virginia, right?
Yes, Richmond,
Yes.
capital.
And her wonderful husband, Al. Hi there, Al.
Hello.
Yeah, I appreciate you being my guest on today on our product showcase. I'd like you to tell your experiences about Nikken Technologies, but why don't you start with, what caught your first attention with the Nikken Wellness Technologies?
How did we get started?
That was a presentation by Barbara Satterfield.
All right.
To a bone health seminar, not knowing what bone health was about and knowing that it sounded like something we needed to know about. We decided to go. And wow, what it opened up our eyes to, that if we don't do something actively for our bodies, they will deteriorate quicker because our environment, our foods, our waters, our airs, our artificial lights are all doing things to us, and we need to supplement. So that was how we got introduced. We just were curious about keeping better health and went to a seminar.
Oh, I love the way you described that about we have to take active participation because otherwise our bodies deteriorate. That's beautiful, and how everything is working against us in that sense. Great. So when you started using the products, what did you start with, and what did you notice?
What did we start with? We got eager early.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did we start with? I know it was the water.
Yeah, water. Yeah, started water.
We
the
shot.
bone. Yeah, we started with the bone too.
We just decided we had a credit card. We weren't loosey-goosey about spending money, but this was an investment in us. And we were already seniors at that point. So we just jumped in when we went to a couple of seminars that Barbara was giving. And the testimonies from the people helped us see quickly that there was no way you could live healthily without the water. We thought the lactoferrin was something we had to have, and that went with the bone package. So it was like, yes.
Everything, yeah.
The doctors had been trying to put Al on high blood pressure medication, and he had told them, I'm not going that route. But we had no option that was known to us at that time. So we got into the juices early.
Yep. Pressure came down.
Quickly.
Yes.
Yes. And I think
And plus, we were just having fun. That's the real. It was fun getting healthy and fun just seeing people get healthy. And that's how we just said, well, we may as well be in.
Right. We got the insoles very, very early, too.
Yeah, insoles.
But for the first 2 or 3 months, we were just, this stuff is amazing. And we felt better. And we liked people telling us we didn't look like seniors. And it was fun being in an activity with people who were they weren't just positive. They had a perspective on life that they could be active participants in going to wherever it is they wanted, whether it was to relieve immediate pain or whether it was to help their bodies prevent stuff. Everybody needs water. People were buying bottled water. So the whole atmosphere that we were in when we were with the people who were in Nikken made a real difference. So I think we just got in full-fledged, and that's how we went silver in like 3 months, because we just the sleep system was the last thing we got. It should have been the first, but we couldn't get everything at one time.
Yeah, that I totally agree. I mean, that's why I joined Nikken. We had always been doing everything we knew to keep ourselves young and healthy. And we were so excited to learn this whole other dimension of having the balance in our sleep and the good water and all. So that's so well said. So then, what did you notice when you got the sleep system?
I knew I was sleep deprived. Al knew how to go to bed. I didn't. I thought you were supposed to go to bed when there was nothing else left to do. So when I heard that there are essential activities that your body will do only when
Sandra?
Yes. Yes. When I realized that you could only heal and do that deep repair work that's so necessary while you're asleep, I said, Al, we got to get it.
Yep, and we got it.
And we did. We did. People might be reluctant when they hear of a price, but the prices we've been hearing people are paying for regular systems is far more than the Nikken system.
Double the price. I mean, it's amazing and they say it kind of like, yo, well, I got this at this price.
$4,000 one person.
I'm going like, wow, you know.
You could have a wellness home for that with Nikken. So we have not regretted getting the sleep system, which really causes us to relax quicker. You feel better going to sleep. Stress kind of melts away. The pillow is wonderful, wonderful. I've used just the pillow in seminars with folks and have allowed people to just experience it just by holding it up to their heads and putting the roll part at the neck. And inevitably, people say, I want to go to sleep. Oh, I'm so relaxed.
That's amazing in the meeting because they won't let you take the pillow back. And it's just, they're just standing there with a pillow on their neck and they're just holding it. And you would think they get tired of holding it, but they're like just as content, just as happy. And that's amazing in itself.
Yes, yes. I love the pillow. I like the soft massage that the mattress topper gives me, you know, when I move on it. And sometimes I literally just take my arm and roll it across part of the bed, just because it feels good.
And we had the new system, the regular system, and then we got the new system that came out. And when we tried the new system, I didn't wake up till 3 o'clock the next day. And I thought she likes to play. I thought she had changed the clocks on me or something. I did not wake up until the next day around 3 o'clock. And I thought she had played a game on me and moved the clocks and things like that. But actually, I just slept. I must have been on a very deep sleep. And I was already on the sleep system, but that new one did it.
Yes, that Dynaflux technology is absolutely extraordinary. And we now have it in the seats and in the insoles and in most of the magnetic products, in the little roller, the Mag Duo. And that it's just beautiful because stress doesn't build up. We all have stress. But the question is, can the body handle it? And if we're in good balance, in those good, healthy energy fields, we can manage it so it doesn't build up, so the body doesn't break down. And it's like you're walking in the park all the time. That's what I like to say.
It's wonderful, wonderful. Even if you think you might need a nap, if you slept on that system, you really don't. And we have had people who bought the system say, I am so energized that I don't need a nap. I'm not thinking about being tired. And it's because they actually had a good night of sleep.
Yes, that's so important. And there's a book about executive naps, take a quick nap. And if you're getting a good deep sleep, just as you said, Many people find they instead of sleeping 9 hours, they sleep 8 hours, but they're way more awake and alert and energized, and don't need to have a nap because they don't fall asleep after lunch. They're fully energized already. They're fully awake and alert. And that's a wonderful side. We sometimes don't emphasize the mental side of the products because so many people use them to get over chronic aches and soreness. But the mental is huge, just waking up fully alert and ready to go.
Yes. I want to emphasize too, the pillowcase. When people are getting the system in parts, just do something. Help your body be in a position to heal itself. The pillowcase is so well done that it looks like a sham. However, if your knees hurt, your back, whatever, you can just take the pillowcase, put it on that area, and the natural energy will radiate and make happen what needs to happen. So even if you start with the pillowcase and then the pillow and build up, but do something. Otherwise, you're going to spend the money you thought you were saving by having to visit a naturally teaching doctor, because you're going to break down. You can't help but break down with all of the things that are working against us in our environment.
That's so well said. I hadn't heard that about the pillowcase, just using that as a little wrap, a little throw
Yes.
on something that's stressed. That's awesome. I love the pillowcase. I just had someone buy it yesterday to put on her pillow. Yeah, that's neat. There's so many ways to use these products, and it's so neat that they're non-medical, non-invasive, non-therapeutic, and you can do anything with them. They can't hurt you. Use them all at once. You don't get too much magnetics. Go lie on the earth or hug a tree. You're not getting too much magnetics. Niken's figured out how to make it all work together. That's awesome. What would you say to a brand new person? And you've been in short enough time that you haven't had any major injuries. I've had a couple injuries in the last 19 years, and you heal so much faster because the body has what it needs, and the stress of the injury goes away pretty quick. So what would you share with someone new, like you said, get started somewhere?
Right. Well, talking about quick fixes, the far infrared wrap on your arm for the bee stings.
Oh yeah, a bee stung on the back of my arm. I didn't see it, but I knew that was a bee sting, and so we put the wrap on it and the power chip, and in 2 minutes, the sting was gone, and it really wasn't a mark later on. Swelling
went down, and once I fell in a basement of another building, my ankle let me know right away I was seriously hurt. I always carry magnets.
Everything.
I put it in my
suitcase.
I put it in my shoe. It was amazing. Another time I spilled water going from just this stove, boiling eggs, to the sink. The boiling, scalding water hit my foot. I had several wraps on the island in the kitchen. I immediately kicked off the shoe, put on the wraps. The stinging, the pain went down maybe in about an hour. But that night, when I got ready to get into bed, there was no discoloration, no blistering. I thought sure the knee-high hosiery was going to melt into my skin. It was totally natural looking. So just because it acted so fast, I said, well, let me sleep with it on anyway. But that night when I got into bed and the next morning I was able to walk. The products are amazing. So for new people, get something. You're going to need what Nikken offers because it's all natural.
And be creative with all the products. You know, like we tell people, take the insole if your arm is hurting or something, put the insole on your arm, or, you know, just be creative. It's a lot of things you can do with all the products.
Excellent. Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing your wonderful stories, and I love you guys, and have a great day. And let me go back to my slides. So thanks so much, Al and Sandra. It's been awesome. So glad to know you. So
Okay, now.
back to my slides briefly. So as we've said, just go ahead and discover it. Live it, share it. It's hard not to share it once you know what these things can do. But just start as a customer, get with the person who sent you to this tape, and register with them and get whatever products. That's free to be a customer, of course, to register, and then you have your own page to order anything you want. Start with the pillow, the insoles, the water, one of the nutritionals, or just get your total wellness home. It's still cheaper than redoing your kitchen cabinets. And if you want to become a part-time entrepreneur, the videos will teach you about that. And or you can become a full-time entrepreneur and fire your boss. So thank you very much for joining us to this product showcase. This is Randy Rolfe with Nikken Independent Consultant, and thanks again to Sandra and Al for sharing your story. And I'm going to sign off now if I can figure out how to do that. So thanks for